What's good, family, and welcome back to the world of Prince. And today's video is going to be on the top 10 things that I think you should know when playing Ayoko, or if you don't, if you just want to get better with her. I have made it to 8 plus with her, so I do got a little bit of experience. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. Starting off at number 10, Aoko has an extra air jump more than any other character. This makes her really unique, where it even further increases the already high mobility that characters already have in this game. It's pretty crazy. I found that it led to a lot of double overheads that can be really useful. It can really mix up opponents, even when they know it's coming. You can go for a little dash or and kick and go for a high, or you can just land and go for a low. It's really useful, I found. I mostly use this as a delayed jump to stagger my movement. Like, I'll jump and then dash, or I might just come right down. I'll just stagger it, and I found that it's a good mix up, and it just really gets people almost damn near every time. I would say go to practice and find the movement that works best for you, but again, this is just a very good tool that she has. She also has a built-in 50-50 with her 623A, which is a low, and her 623B, which is a high. You can use these in combos to mix up your opponent, and both of these can convert into full combos on hit, so it makes it very useful, within combos. Keep in mind that the 623B does have a follow-up that can be done that can be converted into a full combo, but be careful as the follow-up can only be converted with a special cancel. I usually use the 623B without the follow-up, as it can also be converted into a full combo. And you can use your 214C, the special mime, to extend the pressure on block. So if they block it, you basically will be plus frame. You'll be able to keep your pressure going. Aoko also has a special reversal that is very useful. I feel like whenever a character in any fighting games have a frame 1 reversal, that just makes a frame 1 special reversal, especially that just makes them a little cut above the rest of the characters, because it's a tool that they have that can stop OP and it can stop pressure. So I think it's just really useful. You mostly want to use this move to get people off you as a combo ender. I usually use it like that. Just keep in mind that you can't really convert this into a full combo unless you are in the corner, because it just basically puts them too far away and knocks them down. And just be very aware when you use this reversal, because it is highly punishable on block. So yeah, keep that in mind. Holding C in the air and on the ground creates a charged kick with a projectile that has a little bit of armor on it, so you can kind of power through moves sometimes. This move is very good because, one, the ground version can be used as an anti-air and convert into a full combo on hit. Secondly, the air version can control a lot of space, and you can also convert into a full combo on hit. So these are just very useful tools to use in neutral to, just to gain some space or keep your enemy away. I use this move a lot to close the distance when the enemy is far away. So, I would just, again, go to practice and see what works best for ya. She has a really good anti-air with 22A, B, and C. The A does a single hit star mine kick, with the B doing a 2 hits kick, causing a little bit more stun and makes it a little bit easier to combo on hit, making it a little bit better, but just keep in mind that it does have a slightly higher startup. The C covers a lot of space and makes it super easy to follow up with the combo. This is again a great move to cover space and has a good combo potential. I would suggest getting comfortable with it in string, so practice. She has a really good zoning tool with her 26B fireball projectile, and it can be charged, so just keep that in mind. This is honestly one of the moves that I use the most with her, as it is just really good. The beam covers full screen and can be easily combined, into combos with specials and other moves. While the held version is a little bit more risky and has a slower startup, it does do more damage, and it wall bounces if the character is not even in the corner. If they're like half screen at the end of the screen, it'll wall bounce with the charged beam. So it's pretty cool. I usually use this in neutral to keep my turn going and to keep the enemy blocking, so I can keep them on their toes. This, I think, is a very important move for Aoko, and you should be getting used to using these in strings and combos, as it will increase your combo damage overall. So I would get into it. Now, going into her Rekka, pressing 6C has 2 follow-ups with a high-low mix-up option. Pressing 6C CCC calls a low, and pressing 6C CC4C does a high, which is basically just pressing a 6C CC backseat. Keep in mind that you can cancel with anything after the second punch, like with after the second 2Cs. But if you commit to the third C, then which is the third punch, you will either have to commit to going through with the low or the high, or going into a special, because you can only like cancel out of the second punch. It basically takes just going into practice and seeing what you can cancel it after. Again, after the second punch, you can cancel it basically into anything. But again, once you commit to that third punch, that third C, you have to either cancel into a special or, just stop it, because you just can't cancel into anything after that third punch is landed or is executed. This hollow mix-up works really good against people who are not familiar with this. So I would say practice, practice, practice. Go into practice and definitely use this. Now, going into what I think is like the cornerstone of her whole kit. So to me, it is her mines. She has two types of mines, so I'm going to split this up into different ones. So I'm going to start with the 214 A, B, and C, which is her proximity mines that will explode when it gets close or near the opponent. Keep in mind that these mines have negative edge properties. In this case, when you hold them, they get closer to the opponent. And again, they're proximity mines, so whenever they get close to the opponent, they will explode automatically. So the A version goes the slowest, and the B version goes a little bit faster, with the C version being the fastest version of all three. And they all just move forward as you hold the button that you use. And the C is obviously the special move, but the A and B is just, they don't require any meter. These mines can also be done in the air to control space. The A and B versions can be held in the air to give you just a little bit of pushback if you want to, just, I don't know, move back a little bit. You don't want to be like right above the opponent, because it does give you like a little pushback when you do it, when you hold it at least in the air. Keep in mind that you can use all three versions to be out on the screen at one time, but they do disappear after a while. So you can basically like do an air version of the A, and then do a ground version of the B, and then do a C. So you can have all three out. But they do disappear after a while. The second type of mine she has is the one I use the most, and it's basically like floating mines, where they only explode after you let go of the A, B, or C button. So it's similar with the negative edge with the other mines, but these are floating mines where they only explode when you let go of A, B, or C. The A version does a mine that's literally right in front of you, like right off her fingertips. The B version goes a little ways out, and the C version goes the furthest out. This is honestly my most used move due to the fact that I can detonate this whenever I want. So this really causes a lot of confusion with a lot of my opponents that I face. I will say that it takes a while to get used to, because you still have to hold, either the A, B, or C, whichever one you're doing, while moving and press another attack. So, it can be a little bit tricky to get used to, when you first starting. But after a while, I think you get used to it. This move cannot be done in the air and does not have a special version of it. Number one thing I believe you need to know about Aoko is her mind pressure. That's why I covered the two. But her mind pressure to me is like the most unique thing about her, and that sets her apart from everybody else. Her Oki to me is like kind of the best in the game. I usually use 421C, which in most cases in the mid screen, it puts the mine right above the opponent. But again, it depends on how you knock them down. Since most people usually block when they stand up, when they see a mine, you can control this and detonate it whenever you want. So you can make it really tricky. You can detonate it like right when they get up. You can, wait for them to block. You can just wait for them to shield. It's just really tricky. Usually in the corner, you want to use 421B, which again put the mine right above the opponent to wake up into, so they have no choice but to deal with it. And from here, you can either pop it immediately again, or you can go into a grab and then pop it and convert it into a full combo. Because most people, they usually shield when they get up in the corner, so I just usually run up and grab and explode the floating mine, and I can convert that into a full combo, which it does scale a little bit. You really should go into practice and try this over and over again, because again, it is a little bit tricky, but it works really well in tandem with other moves and other mines. So I would really suggest getting into practice and just getting comfortable with the mines. Those to me are the most important things to know when starting to play Aoko, and it really helps out your gameplay, I think. Let me know who you guys want me to cover in the next top 10 video down in the comments below. If you don't mind, smash that like and subscribe button, as it really helps out my channel. As always, this has been Prince, and I'm out.